Have you ever felt it? That quiet, persistent sense that you are living within a script you did not write, that the reality presented to you, a world of deadlines, debts, and digital distractions, is a grand stage play, and you are an actor reading lines someone else has written. This feeling is not paranoia. It is a signal, a crack in the facade of the ordinary, inviting you to look deeper. For centuries, the most influential minds in history have hidden the key to breaking this illusion in plain sight, encoded within a symbol so common it has become invisible: the Masonic Square and Compass. While the modern world dismisses it as the emblem of a secret club, or gets lost in convoluted theories of global domination, its true secret is infinitely more personal and far more powerful. It is not about controlling the world. It is about the technology to control your world. This symbol is a blueprint, a precise schematic of the human operating system, revealing two fundamental forces that dictate every moment of your existence: the material and the mental, the finite and the infinite. One is a prison, the other is the key. Understanding how they interact is the difference between being a pawn of circumstance and becoming the architect of your destiny. This is not a history lesson on Freemasonry. This is an initiation into the mechanics of your own consciousness. The knowledge that follows was once guarded jealousy, whispered only in consecrated lodges and mystery schools, not out of elitism, but because of a sobering truth. True power is a fire that warms the prepared soul and incinerates the unprepared. The question is, are you ready to learn how to master it? Let us first deconstruct the prison, the square. In sacred geometry, the square is the universal symbol of the material world. It is the earth beneath your feet, the four cardinal directions, the four seasons, the four elements of ancient philosophy: earth, water, air, and fire. It represents order, structure, and limitation. Its four equal sides and four 90-degree angles speak of a world governed by inflexible laws: the law of gravity, which holds you to the ground; the law of thermodynamics, which dictates that your body ages and decays; the law of cause and effect, which ensures every action has a consequence. Your physical body is a perfect square. Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man demonstrates this with breathtaking elegance. A man, with arms and legs outstretched, fits perfectly within the rigid geometry of a square. This is the carnal prison. Your body is a temporary vehicle, bound by hunger, thirst, pain, and eventual death. It operates within a closed system of predictable physical rules. You cannot simply will yourself to fly. You cannot stop the passage of time. The square represents this foundational, non-negotiable reality. It is the set of rules you are born into. The modern world is a grand temple built in honor of the square. Our entire society is structured around its principles. We measure success in square feet of property. We organize our lives into the rigid blocks of a calendar. We are defined by numbers: our age, our bank account, our social security number. The system is designed to keep your focus locked entirely within this material domain. It keeps you perpetually chasing external validation, sensory pleasure, and material accumulation. It works tirelessly to convince you that you are nothing more than your body, your possessions, and your social status. That the walls of the square are the boundaries of all existence. And for billions of people, this hypnotic suggestion works perfectly. They live and die as prisoners of the material, never once suspecting that they hold the key to a dimension that transcends it. Now, let us examine the key, the compass, the tool that draws the perfect circle. A circle has no beginning and no end. It is a symbol of eternity, of unity, and of the infinite. It represents a realm where the rigid laws of the square do not apply. This is the realm of your consciousness. Think about it. When you close your eyes, where do you go? Your body remains in a specific location, bound by space and time. But your mind can travel to your childhood home in an instant. It can imagine a future that does not yet exist. It can conjure worlds of impossible beauty and logic. Your consciousness is not located in a single point in your brain. It is a non-local field of awareness. Ideas, inspiration, love, and intuition. These have no mass, no volume, no physical coordinates. They emerge from this boundless, circular dimension. The ancient philosophers called this the anima mundi, or world soul. Modern physics touches upon it with the concept of the quantum field, a unified field of infinite potential from which all matter arises. The compass is the symbol of this truth. You are not a body that has a consciousness. You are a consciousness that is temporarily inhabiting a body. The Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, is the core of this teaching. The universe is a macrocosm, and you are a microcosm. The same creative intelligence that spins galaxies and ignites stars exists within you as the silent, observing awareness behind your thoughts and feelings. This is your true nature, not the fleeting identity defined by the square, but the eternal, formless consciousness represented by the compass. So, the great secret is not that these two forces exist, but how they are arranged. In most of humanity, the square is placed over the compass. Matter dominates spirit. The physical world dictates the inner state. Observe the average day. An unexpected bill arrives and anxiety floods the mind. Someone cuts you off in traffic and anger erupts. A tantalizing advertisement appears and desire is manufactured. In this configuration, the human being is a reactive machine, a puppet whose strings are pulled by external events. Your emotional and mental state is a direct consequence of what happens in the material world. Your consciousness is trapped beneath the weight of the square, buried under the demands of the body, the pressures of society, and the fear of mortality. The entire economic and political system is built to maintain this arrangement. A population whose spirit is crushed by matter is predictable, controllable, and profitable. The first step of the awakening, the first degree of initiation, is to realize this is happening. It is the moment you begin to question if there is more to life than simply reacting to stimuli. This is the moment one point of the compass begins to pierce through the heavy stone of the square. A flicker of awareness is born. You start to see the patterns. You notice that your thoughts are often not your own, but programmed loops from your upbringing and culture. You recognize that your emotional reactions are habitual, not conscious. This stage is often marked by a deep sense of dissatisfaction with the world, a sacred restlessness that cannot be soothed by material comforts. It is the soul beginning to push back against its confinement. The second degree of the journey is the struggle for balance, where one leg of the compass has risen above the square. This represents a life in conscious tension. One foot is in the material world, and the other is in the world of spirit. You still go to work, pay your taxes, and navigate earthly responsibilities, but you are now doing it with a newfound awareness. You begin to cultivate an inner space that is independent of external circumstances. This is where disciplines like meditation become not just a spiritual practice, but a revolutionary act. When you sit in silence, you are training yourself to separate your consciousness from the noise of the mind and the demands of the body. You observe thoughts without becoming them. You feel emotions without being controlled by them. Each session of disciplined mindfulness is an act of lifting the compass. You are consciously asserting that your inner peace is not for sale, that it will not be held hostage by the chaos of the external world. This is the alchemical work of turning lead into gold, transmuting the raw, reactive consciousness of the masses into the refined, sovereign awareness of the initiate. It is a slow, deliberate process of disentangling your sense of self from the temporary and grounding it in the eternal. The final stage, the third degree, is the great inversion. The compass is placed entirely over the square. Spirit assumes command over matter. This does not mean abandoning the physical world. It means engaging with it from a new center of gravity. The square is still there. You still have a body, you still live in the material world, but it is now the servant, not the master. Your actions are no longer reactions. They are creations. They are born from a place of inner stillness and conscious intention, and then expressed outward into the material plane. In this state, you are no longer a victim of your reality. You are its primary creative force. This is where the mechanics of consciousness begin to reveal their true, world-shaping power. Quantum physics has demonstrated that, at the subatomic level, reality exists as a wave of pure potential until it is observed. The act of observation, of conscious attention, collapses that wave into a specific particle, a specific event. The ancient masters knew this intuitively. They taught that your focused, sustained attention, charged with emotion and belief, is the most powerful creative tool in the universe. Where your attention goes, energy flows. If your consciousness is perpetually focused on lack, fear, and limitation, you are instructing the quantum field to crystallize those experiences into your physical reality. The universe does not judge. It merely reflects the state of your consciousness. If, however, you can maintain a state of inner abundance, gratitude, and coherence, regardless of external appearances, you begin to bend reality to match your inner state. This is not wishful thinking. It is the fundamental law of creation. This is why the guardians of this knowledge insisted on moral and ethical purity. A mind undisciplined and driven by ego, if given this power, would create only chaos for itself and others. To truly master the compass, one must first master the self. You must dissolve the ego's attachments, heal the subconscious traumas, and align your personal will with a higher, universal intelligence. You must become a clean and clear channel for creative energy to flow through you. So, how do you begin this great work right here, right now? It starts with a simple, conscious choice. The next time you feel a compulsive impulse, to check your phone, to indulge in anger, to complain, pause. For just 1 second, create a space between the stimulus and your response. In that space, ask yourself, who is in charge right now? The programmed automaton of the square or the conscious observer of the compass? Every time you make that conscious choice, every time you choose a response instead of a reaction, you are performing a sacred ritual. You are strengthening the muscle of your sovereignty. This is the secret hidden in plain sight. The square and compass are not just a symbol. They are a mirror and a map. They reflect your current state of being and show you the path to your highest potential. You are the living intersection of matter and spirit, a bridge between two worlds. For too long, humanity has been taught to forget its divine heritage, to live as if the square were the only reality. But an awakening is happening. Individuals across the globe are beginning to remember. They are picking up the compass. Your life is the temple you are here to build. The rough, unworked stone is your raw, conditioned nature. The tools of the square and compass are the disciplines of self-awareness and conscious intention. With them, you can shape that stone into a masterpiece of divine expression. You can transform the prison of matter into a palace of spirit. The choice has always been and will always be yours. Look at your life. Look at the world around you. Who is in charge, the square or the circle?